guys, what's going on? Jay the Reporter coming at you once again. And for this one, of course, it's week 11, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, week 11. So with it being week 11, current record standing at 70, 65, and 4, still on that grind to 100. So I got the next 6 weeks counting this one to get there. So that means I need at least 5 right every week. Haven't gotten 5 right every week, but that's pretty much the average I need to hit. Now, we're going to go ahead and get this thing started. First matchup, Steelers-Jags. I think the Steelers are going to be able to handle this one with the spread being 10.5. Take the Steelers against the spread in this one. They have been doing a good job lately of covering the spreads. So I'm going to take them in this one. I think the Jags gave their all last week against Green Bay. The way the Steelers came out and played against the Bengals, I think the Bengals are that much better than Jacksonville. So just looking at the quarterback situation, the receiver situation, the defensive situation, just a lot of things working in Pittsburgh's way with this one. So it's a good chance they could win this by even more than the 10.5 points that they're taking away. So I'm definitely going to go Steelers against the spread in that one. Next one up, Eagles, Browns. Take the Browns against the spread, and this is the Browns spread this year. I think they're giving them no more than 3, so they're doing it again against the spread, 3 points. And I think that's a little modest. Now, the Browns have been able to play down the competition, but they've also been able to win. So with this kind of being the case, they do a good job of covering. They have pushed a few times this year. But with that being the case, I think the team is set up to do some things pretty well here. So I'm going to take the Browns against the spread in this one. Next one up, Falcons, Saints. Taysom Hill is the starter. Don't know how to feel about that. Really don't know how to feel about that. I may just do a video about that, talking about it. But going in this one, take the Falcons with the points. I just think coming into it, the team that's a little bit more themselves, kind of coming into something like this, makes it a little bit easier to be able to play. I'm going to take the Falcons plus 3.5. But on the fantasy tip, it's a little fantasy note. If you have any Saints running backs, play them. Guaranteed 20 points today. Guaranteed 20 points in that game. Guaranteed. Next game up, Bengals, Washington. I don't know how they're favoring Washington in this matchup. I really like the Bengals, what they do, what they continually do. I'm going to take the Bengals plus 1.5 in this game. I just think that spread is basically picking a winner. But if I had to pick one, I'm going to just roll with the Bengals on this one. Just a little bit better on the offensive side of the ball. I think a little bit more trust. And they also go for the big play a lot more often. So with that being the case, I'm just going to roll with the Bengals on this one. They actually have a slight identity. They know what they are. They know what they want to be. Next game on the docket didn't have a spread. So in this one, I'm picking a winner because I believe more than likely this one's going to wind up being a push because the Panthers are the best bad team and the Lions are just a bad team. So with everything put together that way, I'm going to take the Panthers in this one. I trust what they can do. I was thinking the Lions, thinking Matt Patricia could possibly swing another decent-sized win on this one, but I just don't know too much about it. I'm not really trying to see what the Lions have going on. I think the offense can be explosive when it needs to be, but I also believe the Panthers are just a little bit more buttoned up. Matt Rule's doing an awesome job. It was a really good hire, apparently. So I'm going to take the Panthers in this one, even if Teddy Two Gloves doesn't play. Next game up, and I don't know why they gave the Ravens the edge in this one because they proved it last year in the postseason. This team can't play against itself in the mirror. And what I mean by that, Ravens, Titans, mirror images. Teams that like to run the ball, typically those who can run it with more consistency are teams who are able to come out and win. And if you haven't noticed, Derrick Henry is a monster. He gives this team fits because it reminds me a lot of when Pittsburgh had the bus going against the Ravens. That Ravens defense was always really good at stopping the run, but what they couldn't do was stop a power run with that kind of consistency. So what you're doing right now is instead of calling him Bus 2.0, I'm more or less so calling him like a tank or maybe even an SUV. Just powerful but has some speed. A bus ain't going that fast. But an SUV can still hit you really hard and can also kind of blow by you if you give it enough straightaway speed. Next game up, oh, by the way, the spread on that one's plus 6. And that was another reason why I took the Titans in this one. I don't think the Titans are going to get beat down. Because you're telling me that the Ravens are a touchdown better? I'm not going there with it. Patriots, Texans. I am taking the Patriots against the spread in this one. They have been playing really good football as of late. They've been playing within themselves, and if there's any team that I don't think can play within themselves and make much of a difference, it is the Texans. They still haven't really found out what they are, who they want to be. I think they want to draft, but too bad they don't have any picks in the first 2 rounds this year. At least this is from playing from memory. I know they don't have a first rounder. So what they're doing right now is making the Dolphins that much better. Take the Patriots -2. And speaking of the Dolphins, their matchup this weekend against the Broncos has them at 3.5-point favorites. Take the Dolphins against the spread in this one. That's how that one's going to roll. Next game up, Jets, Chargers. The spread is 9.5 points. Of course, I sort of kind of wanted to give it to the Jets, given how well they played against New England a few weeks ago. I just think the Chargers have way more explosive offense, and they have had big leads in games. Now, they have relinquished it a few times, but I don't think the Jets have the offensive firepower to be able to come out and take over a football game or try to flip a game in the second half the way it's been flipped on the Chargers all season long. I just don't see that being the case. So I'm going to roll with the Chargers in this one against the spread -9.5. Next game up, Packers, Colts. They got the Colts favorite by 1.5, and I think it's more so because of that defense. But I will go on a limb and say this. If Green Bay can come out and is leading at the end of the first quarter, this game can get ugly quickly because Phillip Rivers is a walking turnover. He will turn the football over if you can get some type of defensive pressure. I believe the Packers may be able to produce that. So in this one, you're still kind of picking a winner with the point spread being what it is. But if you're going to give me Green Bay plus points, I'm going to take it this week. So Green Bay plus 1.5. Next game up, you already know I never, ever pick the Cowboys. And that's going to continue to go until they can figure out who they are, what they want to be, and also what their quarterback situation is going to be. So with that being the case, I'm going to roll with the Vikings -7 to the Cowboys. So basically, take the Vikings against the spread, run with it, get your money. Next game up, Chiefs, Raiders. And I understand you want to give the Chiefs they're just due. They're 8-1. They're playing good football. The most explosive offense. Probably the best football team in the NFL, holistically speaking. But keep this in mind. That best football team did lose a home game in Arrowhead. Now, it's not Arrowhead 2019. Arrowhead 2020 is a very much a different place. It's basically a high school football game as far as the crowds go. So looking at this, Chiefs, Raiders, they're giving the Raiders 8.5 points. Sorry, I'm taking that. The Raiders have been playing really good football. They know who they are. They have great tight ends. The defense is playing well. They will run the football with Josh Jacobs. Derek Carr is having his best season as a pro. I think all of that isn't by mistake. Chucky's doing a good job coaching his team. They are playoff bound. I believe they will probably get that last slot over a team like the Cleveland Browns. I believe that's going to be the case here. I see this team grabbing at 7 and being a really hard out for whoever the 2 is, and it will more than likely be the Chiefs. So I got the Raiders plus 8.5 on this one. Even if they lose, I still don't think the Chiefs are going to beat them by more than 7. So I'm going to take the Raiders plus 8.5. I like those odds. Last game, Rams, Bucks. This game's going to be a lot closer than people want to give it credit for, because the one thing that you want to be able to do against the Bucks is give Brady problems in the pocket. The Rams have a defensive front that can do that. Aaron Donald is a beast. I don't think that they really have an offensive lineman who's going to be able to say, yo, I can take on Aaron Donald. You all take care of those edges. And I just don't see that happening. Not to mention the Rams have a really good secondary. Jalen Ramsey's having an awesome year, and they're going to give me 4 points in this one. The Bucks have been hot and cold. They've been able to blow teams out. They've been able to get their tails beat by other teams. Now, with this being the case, I am looking at this game just a little bit differently, especially coming off the last primetime kind of a game for the Bucks. But in this one, I'm going to give it to the Rams plus 4 in this one. But guys, let me know what you think about all this down in the comment section below. Also, do not forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel. We are so close to 1,000 subs. I think we're a little over 200 left to go. Guys, the grind time's here. We can do this. I believe in it. You know, tell a friend to tell a friend. Share the videos. Whatever it is going to take, guys. And like I said, once we hit 1,000, I'll be able to do a little bit more with the channel. But let me know what you guys think about my picks in the comment section below. My name is Jay the Reporter, signing out. Peace.